Welcome back to another episode of Saturday Afternoon Gaming. I'm your host, Gaming Jay, and today we're playing Charlie the Duck. For those of you who have watched my channel for a long time, you may look at this and get an odd sense of familiarity. A long time ago, we played Super Mario Brothers for DOS, which was a fan game programmed by Mike Weering, as you can see along the bottom here. The interesting thing about that game is that was a game that Mike was programming, Mike Weering. He was programming for himself in the 90s in Turbo Pascal, and if you know anything about programming languages, it's in the ballpark of C, but not as low level or complex. Anyway, long story short, he made it just to teach himself how to program, and he always intended to make his own game, Charlie the Duck. But the game ended up, somebody got a hold of it and ended up releasing it as Shareware and selling it and making money off of his sort of illegal but fan creation that was never meant to be released. So he decided to release the source code for the Mario thing, so that's how we were able to play the Mario DOS game. Today I'm really excited to play the actual game that he continued to work on to produce, called Charlie the Duck. So without further ado, let's just hop in here and play. So obviously this game is going to be very Mario inspired. I have heard that this game is basically based off Mario and the Great Gianna Sisters, which itself was a ripoff of Mario. So I'm excited to see how this all shakes out here. But so far, getting a very Mario-ish feel. Now, as a duck, you can swim in the water, so that is cool. Trying to figure out if there's other buttons here. But most video games, you land in the water, you are done for. It's kind of cool that being a duck, you actually are not done for. There we go. Now, again, it'll be interesting to see how Mario-ish this game really is. But, you know, we're playing this in 2023. Obviously, the copyright still says 2023 on the game. You can download this game from Steam. That's where I got it. I got it on the Steam Spring Sale that they had not too long ago. But this is apparently one of the few DOS games from like back in the 90s that is still actively supported by the developer. There's still a web page you can check out. So it's kind of cool, actually. And, you know, Nintendo back in the day, they made the Great Gianna Sisters take their game off store shelves because it was a blatant ripoff of Mario. I mean, admittedly, this is a very Mario-ish game. Plays very much like Mario, feels very much like Mario, but I guess either Mike changed enough that Nintendo felt that this was no longer a clone of Mario, or maybe by the time Mike released this, Nintendo, maybe he just wasn't a big enough fish. Nintendo was like, whatever. Or maybe, I mean, Nintendo, they can't sue people who make Mario clones anymore because there have been so many Mario-like games over the years that, I mean, unless you're really producing a straight-up ripoff of Mario, it is hard to, oh, it can dive in the water, eh? Okay, that didn't work. If I do this, boom. Oh, I did. Okay, so these are the warp pipes in this game. Water. Which is kind of fun. Kind of fun that the creator here found his own way to have a Mario-like warp pipe. Oh, I think this is invincibility. Seems like it. Now, I'm coming fresh off the heels of playing Mr. Gimmick here. And I have to say, in comparison to Mr. Gimmick, this is like fine wine. This is like high art. Oh god, Mr. Gimmick. I still have nightmares about that game. The nightmares that I'm still playing it. There's nothing else. Nothing else bad is happening. I'm just literally playing the game. Oh man, what a shit show that game was, guys. You know what? One day somebody who likes Mr. Gimmick is gonna come on this channel and be like, hey, mother effer, and they'll like, you know, give me what for and stuff. But for now, I'm getting away with trash talking Mr. Gimmick. I kind of want to know what's in this box up here, so we're going to wait for this little potato guy to come over and we'll jump on him and kill him. Murder this defenseless little creature! Yes! What is that? An egg. Is that an extra life? I will say the game is like decent enough, but it doesn't have that Mario finish. Like the game, The movement and stuff feels not as satisfying as in Mario or as tight. You kind of accelerate really quickly, which can be handy, I guess, and the jumping mechanic isn't as tight as Mario, you know. And like, again, not to bash it, this is like one dude made this because he wanted to make games, and let me tell you, if I haven't talked about it enough, that's sort of how I am in life, and so I totally respect that. I respect you, Mike Wearing, if you ever watch this video. Not that I think you ever will, but who the heck knows. Yeah, how do I actually get out of here? Oh, I'm running out of time. Oh no. Yeah, I don't quite understand diving into water yet. Okay. Only have 55 seconds left. I'm pressing down. Oh, there it is. I guess it's very specific. I guess you can't press down and left or anything. You just have to straight press down. Whee. Oh god, a fish is coming, or a frog is coming to kill me. Sometimes you can climb in trees like in Donkey Kong Country, but I don't quite understand the purpose of it. Oh god, you know what I just realized? Up is jump in this game. That was an old holdover from DOS games. Up being jump. Oh, it's very Sonic the Hedgehog-y. Some cool sort of faux 3D animation for the rotation there. Yeah, up being jump is a pet peeve of mine in video games. Now this game, it isn't exclusively up, so that's great. Actually, I like when you jump off the screen, you see a little arrow to see where you are. That's a nice touch. Although there was a fine art back in the day. Like I remember in Contra and stuff, when you jump off the screen, you just have to know where you are. And frankly, like, I can kind of tell where I am because the game is mostly always centered on my character. And just from like years of playing Nintendo games and stuff, I just know where I am. It's one of those things I don't even have to look, you know, like I just know exactly where I am. Or like not exactly, but pretty close. You know. Oh god! I meant to jump on the beat over the pit. Oop. It didn't work the way I planned, guys. But anyway, yeah, Nintendo cannot sue everyone who makes a Mario clone these days, because frankly, there have been so many Mario clones over the years. It was sort of like when Doom first came out, you know, there had been 3D games before Wolfenstein and Doom. And actually, somebody just reminded me recently, the first MechWarrior game, which was like a 3D, it was truly a 3D game. Not like, oh crap, Wolfenstein or Doom, which are raycasted. Which the commenter did mention as well. But it's not like Wolfenstein and Doom were the first 3D games ever made. However, what was pretty unique about them was, even though they weren't actually even true 3D, I think they brought a level of polish and high-speed gameplay, the likes of which, whoa god, we, the gaming public, had never seen before. God. Okay, sorry, I had to pause there my thinking to jump properly there. But yeah, the thing with oh god. Okay, whatever, go for it. Oh shit, my thumb slipped on the damn up button. That's why I jumped. Didn't mean to jump there. I was going to power boost through that area. But it's almost like Doom and Wolfenstein were like the Mario of their day of first-person shooters. Again, it's like before Mario Brothers 1, there had been platformers. I mean, Donkey Kong was a platformer, and people love Donkey Kong, but frankly, I don't enjoy the platforming mechanics in Donkey Kong all that much. They're, I would say, passable, but that's about it. I wouldn't consider them amazing. I mean, certainly not like Mario 1 level. So, oh god. The thing about some of these games is like being the first isn't necessarily what gets you to be remembered, but being the best is. Oh god, that did not boost you. So anyway, long story short, I think Doom and Wolfenstein, when they first came out, I mean everyone, oh god, everyone talked about Doom clones. Nobody used the phrase first-person shooter. It was all Doom clones. And frankly, the id Software guys maybe could have sued some of the people who were making Doom-like games, Doom clones as they called them at the time. But I mean, you know, Nintendo is very litigious. Corporations tend to be very litigious. Doom was made by like 4 dudes who were like hackers and coders who just love to tinker and make technology in games. I don't think they were really in the business of suing people, so maybe, I don't know, maybe that's why they never did. That's my guess. Oh, we actually made it through that without taking damage. How do you like those elite skills? Oh wait, we should check if we can go down here. We cannot. Feels like you should be able to climb these, but I guess you can't. Alright, so the question is... Oh god. Okay, well that worked. Okay. Oh, we got a checkpoint. For some reason I thought that arrow meant the end of the level. Can I just say this game has really ratcheted up the difficulty? We started off pretty easy, but this level actually here is quite sophisticated and challenging. I seem to recall the Mario for DOS game being similar to this, where it was like, it started pretty simply, but then it got really hard really quickly. And I think there was only 4 to 6 levels in that. Apparently there were 4 levels in the unofficial release that the guy stole from the original creator and sold as shareware, and there were 6 levels in the official release. Back in the early days of DOS games, I feel like shareware was like the Wild West. Like, I 100%, I've talked about this before, used to buy these like magazines where they would say like, send us $5 per disc and check off all the games you want and we will send you games. And all it was like a big list of game names, not even screenshots. And you just had to look at the game names and be like, huh, this one's probably good. And that's how I found like games that I ultimately ended up loving, like Morath's Revenge and stuff, you know, like a sweet dungeon crawler. And there was a lot of lemons, but they were like $5 a disc, so you'd throw like $30 at it and hopefully one game was good. Sounds kind of crazy nowadays with Steam sales and stuff. Everything is so cheap. $30 for games, you know. I mean, I don't buy games unless they're $4.99 or less. Well, with some exceptions. Like if it's a really good game, really good indie game that I want to play or something, I will. Or some game I'm looking forward to. Like, I think I mentioned on the channel I want to get Remnant 2 when it comes out, because I played the first Remnant and it was one of the few modern games I've played recently that I really got into. So I want to do that again. And I might even play it on my channel, which could be fun for us. We don't play too many modern games, but maybe we'll try new things, guys. Trying new things is good. But yeah, in those Wild West days of shareware, like you just write to a magazine, they send you 6 discs. Honestly, probably most of those companies I was ordering from were people just copying discs in their basement, you know, on their like 386s or whatever, with like a big box of like black floppy disks. Which is so nostalgic to just think about these days. I think most kids these days don't even know what a floppy disk is. I think I heard on Reddit or something, some dad showed his kid a 3.5-inch floppy disk, and the kid was like, "Oh, cool! You 3D printed the save icon," which you know, doesn't feel great. Doesn't make you feel like a young fella to hear that. Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! I'm gonna die here. Okay, well, I thought... So I've taken 2 hits, I've lost all my hearts. I thought when you took the second hit you'd die, but it looks like you get 1 more hit, which is kind of nice. Something else I wanted to mention about this game was the fact that it was written in Turbo Pascal. Now, that probably means little to nothing to most of you guys, but that was one of the languages that I tried to learn back in the day. When I was in high school, when I wanted to make my own video games, Turbo Pascal. It ended up not being the one I learned. I ended up learning Turbo C, or Borland C, or whatever. I learned C, and then I used, I guess, a Borland compiler, or IDE, or something. Oh my God, there's a boss! Wait, can you shoot bullets or something? How am I supposed to do this? Oh God. Okay, is there like a mechanic I don't understand? I'm gonna try and jump on the fishies. I haven't seen the capacity to shoot bullets or anything. Oh, I got him! Oh, you have to, like, jump right on his head. Okay, I see. Oh! I got him again. Well, I took a hit. Oh, God, okay. Interesting. I'd say this game has a lot of difficulty spikes, frankly. Like, I think it could have used a lot of tuning in terms of its challenge. Oh god. Like this is brutal. Oh god, ow. Like the timing of this is just insane. Yeah, and you gotta kind of wait till the other fish go away. And I'm just dead. I mean, we're probably gonna die here, but there's 3 other levels we'll check out. But anyway, yes, C was a language I learned. And when I was reading up on this game, and I read that the guy who made this, he tried to learn C, but he went with Pascal instead, so he didn't have to deal with all the, like, low-level memory addressing you have to do in C. It, like, literally brought back nostalgic memories to me to think about having to use malloc and allocate statements and use, like, Mode 13 VGA graphics, if you guys know what that is. It's the 320 by 200 pixel VGA resolution, which was really common in games back then. Oh, Jesus, I cannot get this guy. Well, we're definitely gonna die here. Oh, come on, you bastard. Yeah. I don't know how I got him those 2 times, but... Oh, I'm not that broken up over it. Come on, buddy. Oh, God. You know another DOS game that, for some reason... I guess because this is like a Mario clone or whatever, that I'm thinking of is Wacky Wheels. If you guys remember Wacky Wheels. Or Scunny Kart. Oh, man, those were like knockoffs of Mario Kart. I think both of them were, actually. I don't know if they were the same game or not. Game over, bitch! We need, like, Freddy Krueger on this screen for some reason. That'd be hilarious if it was, like, Charlie the Duck, and for some reason Freddy Krueger's on the game over screens. It's funny. Let's just go to a new world. Oh, we can't! We can't. Okay, well, that's okay. If we continue? We just have to, like, fight this guy till we beat him. That's hard, man. We're not gonna beat him, but... Speaking of rights, did you guys know there's a Will Smith song about Nightmare on Elm Street? It's a very catchy song, great for Halloween to listen to, called Nightmare on My Street. And it sings about Freddy Krueger, but they couldn't get Freddy Krueger for the music video, so there's some generic, like, Frankenstein monster guy. But honestly, like, if you listen to it these days, you're like, man, whatever film company it was that owned Freddy Krueger back in the day, they really screwed up by not allowing Will Smith to use the official Freddy Krueger in that music video, because, like, it would have been such sweet promotion back in the day. I feel like sometimes, I don't know, I guess I'm not a corporate guy, but, like, I don't get why companies don't embrace free integration with other artists and stuff and fan stuff. I mean, I know you kind of have to have some control over your product, so you don't just want to let anyone do anything with it. I get that. I get that. Okay, where's this bastard? Jesus. But... You know, I think there's going overboard. Like, it's Freddy Krueger. It's not like you have Mozart here. Like, oh, we can't tarnish the reputation of Freddy Krueger by allowing him to appear in a music video. Not even a really good Will Smith song that really, like, I think pays tribute to the Freddy Krueger franchise in a very fun and spooky way, which is very Freddy. You know, Freddy was a jokester. He would be in a Will Smith movie or music video or whatever. So yeah, I don't know. Big screw up on... I don't even know what company owns Freddy Krueger. Warner Brothers? I don't know. Disney? Well, the Walt Disney Company, you know, creators of Freddy Krueger and Nightmare. Oh my god, there's a hidden health thing out there. Actually pretty handy. I'm dead anyway, but... You know, whatever. I can't believe how hard this boss is. I feel like I'm just numb to game difficulty now. I think Mr. Gimmick ruined me. I'm like, oh, this is like the most unfair boss ever. That's a shame. Nope. Like, it's so brutal. They need some little warning that the guy's gonna jump out, or you need to be able to jump out of him on the downswing. Like, can I get him now? Nope. He always hits you on the downswing. So it's like you have to anticipate him, avoid the fireball, and do it 5 times in a row. Like, Mike Weering, if you are watching this, shame on you. I guess you only made 3 worlds, so you had to do something, right? Like, there's only 3 worlds, so it's like you had to make them, like, hard as fuck. It's an old Mr. Gimmick trick. Anyway, that's as far as we'll go for this one here today, because I don't feel like a masochist again. Charlie the Duck, it's a cool little game. There's Charlie the Duck 2 out there as well. It's only a couple of bucks. I'd say, like, if you're into these old DOS era games, it's a nice, simple, fun one you can check out. And despite the difficulty spikes, you know, it reminds me a bit of the Gianna Sisters, reminds me of the Mario on PC game that we played, and I don't know. It's not bad. It's not bad. What else can I say? Anyway, that's it for today, guys. What did you think of Charlie the Duck? Is he awesome? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, guys, I hope you did enjoy today's video. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. And I will catch you in the next video. Until next time, my friends. Peace.